Two things happened in the last few weeks that changed the picture for property near the JB-Singapore borders. One of the Malaysia biggest developers says they are launching a project next to the RTS station at 2,000 to 2,005 ringgit per square foot. A new study says Singaporeans could spend 3.3 billion ringgit more in a year in JB once the train open. Today, I will show you exactly what is confirmed, what is signal, and what it means if you are deciding whether to buy in this corridor now or wait. Hello guys, I'm Lin here. Welcome back to my channel. As of the most recent public update, the RTS Link has reached near completion, confirmed by Malaysia Transport Ministry, with the project on track to finish construction by the end of this year and begin passenger service on 1st January 2027. At the Bukit Chagar terminal, specifically, the immigration and custom complex is nearing completion. The e-gates are fully installed and body scanner and baggage screening system are now being set up. When finished, the complex will run 100 e-gate lanes, 18 baggage scanner, and 10 security screening lane, built to clear passenger in as little as 7 seconds per gate. Passenger service stalls are already installed and train has physically arrived at the station. The project is now entering its most critical phase, what is called a fault-free run, where the whole system has to operate without error before trial operation begin. That fault-free run is targeted to start in September, just weeks from now, with all the testing targeted to wrap up by year-end, ahead of January 2027 opening. It's already run its first multi-train high-speed trial too, testing multiple trains together at elevated speed and validating safety systems like regenerative braking. Once it's running, this line carry up to 10,000 passengers per hour in each direction, crossing to Woodlands North in about 5 minutes. Just this past month, a study jointly commissioned by the Singapore Business Federation, the Restaurant Association of Singapore, and the Singapore Retailer Association projected that once the RTS links open, Singaporeans could spend an additional 3.3 billion ringgit a year in Johor Bahru, driven by a projected 51% jump in outbound shopping and dining trips, with trip frequency expected to rise by up to 70%. And separately, just weeks ago, the Malaysian International Chamber of Commerce and Industry Southern Region Chairman went on record saying the RTS Link is a game changer for Johor, precisely because it gives businesses certainty and specifically flagged and improved accessibility is expected to place a greater value on development located near key transport links. Against that backdrop, Sunway Berhad, a publicly listed developer with one of the largest track records in Malaysia, say that they are preparing to launch their first residential tower at the 2.6 billion Bukit Chagar transit-oriented development in the second half of this year, as per news, but so far yet to heard any latest update. This tower connects directly to the RTS station, according to Sunway's own research briefing. The indicating pricing for this first residential launch is around 2,000 to 2,005 ringgit per square foot. This isn't a small, unproven developer guessing at a number. This is a publicly listed company accountable to shareholders and analysts, putting real capital behind a specific price. A developer at that scale doesn't set a launch price by accident. They have done the underwriting on future rental demand, on future appreciation, on what buyer will pay once the RTS is operational. 2,000 to 2,005 ringgit per square foot is their bet on where this corridor is headed, backed by their own balance sheet. That number becomes a reference point for the whole area. Once a major, credible developer anchors a price that high next to the station, right as an independent study project, billions in new cross-border spending, and industrial chamber leader is publicly saying accessibility will rise property value. That is the three independent signal lining up, not just one company marketing. Here is a question I get a lot and it deserves a real answer. Is this demand actually coming from Singaporean itself or it is from something else? And does it matter how far your unit is from the station, I think a large part of the demand is going to come from Malaysians who currently work in Singapore but want to move back and live in JB, drawn by the commute that is about to become far faster and more predictable than fighting the causeway jam every day. The size of the price premium depends on the accessibility beyond the station itself. If it's easy to walk or take a short feeder bus from Bukit Chagar station into the wider city centre, the benefit spreads across many more neighbourhoods. But if the journey gets difficult the moment you step off the train, most of that benefit stay concentrated in a small radius right around the station. In plain terms, walking distance isn't just a nice to have. It is generally a large part of what determines whether a unit captures this premium or misses it. And on oversupply, I am not going to pretend that risk doesn't exist. Rising demand has to be matched against the growing supply of high-rise projects in the RTS and CIQ corridor. And the real open question is whether the genuine demand actually absorbs those new units or whether developers rushing to capitalize on the RTS creates the pocket of oversupply. That is real honest risk, but it's not a blanket everything crashes story. It is a location specific one. The project positioned well within that walkable core face a very different supply demand picture than something further out riding on the RTS name alone. There's already a small real sign of this playing out. A rental listing in Taman Melody went from 7,000 a month in 2023 to 18,000 a month today, as landlords start pricing in what is better access to Singapore is worth. That is one example, not a trend line, but it is a real number, not a guess. I'm telling you what is actually happening with dates and sources so you can make your own call instead of reacting to the hype. What I would say, the project I sell in this same corridor are priced well under this new benchmark today, and I only sell within that walkable core we just talked about, not something riding on the RTS name from further out. If you want my honest comparison, how the project I sell stack up against this new benchmark price with the real number, drop me a text with the link below and I will walk you through. Tell me in the comment, does a launch price like this change how you are thinking about buying here, or does it not move the needle for you at all? Thanks for watching today. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Your support means a lot to me. See you guys at the next video.